talk to you too.
Do you like the sea? Do you like fish? Do you like... No, that's pretty much it. Well, Beyond Blue brings ocean exploration to a digital domain in a uniquely educational way. Following marine biologist Mirai and her team, you'll be diving into 8 underwater biomes while scanning and documenting all manner of marine life. Along the way, bonding with a particular pod of whales, live streaming your discoveries to the surface,
Welcome to the OceanX livestream.
and uncovering some harmful activities on the ocean floor.
Describe, please.
I can't. I mean, I don't want to.
It sounds pretty action-packed, but it's far more chill action-packed. No? Well, each level follows a fairly simple formula. Find a buoy, scan for any audio waveforms of note, swim to those waveforms, and survey the area. Along the way, you can also scan literally every animal that comes into view. Seriously, if something moves, scan it. Once you've scanned a species, you'll add it to your database and find out how many more there are scattered throughout the game. The more of a species you scan, the more information about them you'll unlock, from fact sheets to full-blown BBC documentaries. Oh yeah, it's important to note that the developers actually teamed up with the BBC's Blue Planet 2 team, so it does its very best to feature all aquatic life in a highly detailed and animated fashion. Each species' behavior and models are crafted around real-world documentation, helping to really immerse you in the various aquatic ecosystems. The game is also genuinely wonderful to take in. I often found myself just floating and drifting through its tranquil atmosphere. The sounds of each animal are also wonderfully realized, if at times confronting. I kind of thought something was wrong with my speakers the first time I heard a whale. As you quite literally dive deeper into the game, your scanning gear will gradually receive upgrades. Some animals can now be zoom and enhanced, with additional spots to be scanned and documented. Others will require the use of ultraviolet light to further analyze and understand the creature. Even with those upgrades, it's fairly simple gameplay-wise. Think Subnautica, but the only tool at your disposal is a scanner and there's no threat of failure. But it's such a peaceful world that if there were anything more to do, it would be distracting. In saying that, there is more to do. You get your very own sub to walk around in, with its interior and exterior changing throughout the campaign, reflecting information learnt and depth dived. It also allows you to play back documentaries, check out fact sheets, and get up close to these marine models. It's a nice addition, but aside from the snazzy fishy models, everything can be accessed from the in-game menu anyway. So the sub feels like a bit of a buffer between the real meat of the game. But we're not searching this deep expanse alone. Beyond Blue pairs its gorgeous serenity with a whole lot of voice acting. Great voice acting, but a lot of it.
Yeah, I agree. It also keeps starting and stopping. I'll figure out another way to investigate it.
We spend most of our time chatting with our 2 fellow marine scientist partners. They instruct and guide us throughout our dives, and also pop in for some nerdy banter in the occasional live stream.
I noticed that these atollas were already making their blue alarm before you swam close.
Most likely a sign that they have detected predators in the region that threaten them.
That gave me a chill.
But the game also spends a good amount of time hinting at their unspoken crush for each other, which is kind of irrelevant.
We live in the dream.
We also learn that there's some trouble at home with Mirai's sister and Nan.
Okay, not a big deal, but I am taking Nana to get tested for a clinical trial. Some new dementia drug.
And oh my goodness, I just came for some cool sea stuff. What's all this drama about? Mirai's connection and interest in the whales would have been more than enough character motivation to keep me interested. Plus, you know, it's tied into the game's premise. They do try to gamify the story. There's a few moments of multiple choice dialogue options, which seem to drive characters into a branching, unique narrative.
It's not a big deal.
The only issue being that none of it goes anywhere. As the game is only around 2 hours long, there's no resolution to any of the strange character-driven stories. It's a little unfortunate as it constantly detracts from the true star of the game, its nature.
Hey guys.
This game is packed with spectacle, from the smallest moments of seeing a shark guided by pilotfish to coming up against a pod of sleeping whales, watching the giants wake and maneuver through the vast expanse. Beyond Blue strives to give us a greater understanding of our aquatic world through its digital glimpses at these usually unseen majesties. Once you've completed the main campaign, you'll be able to dive back into each area, finish scanning everything in sight, or just swim about in the serene underwater world. This is a very strange experience as a video game. It's the case of less would absolutely be more, but either way, I have to admire just how strong of a learning tool this can be. With simple to handle mechanics, Beyond Blue opens the door to a wide array of information and teachings of our underwater ecosystem. It's a great resource and it's available on almost all platforms, so in that respect, I absolutely recommend it. I'm giving Beyond Blue 3.5 out of 5 rubber chickens. I mean, I certainly didn't know what a Tridacna gigas was before playing. It's a giant clam, by the way.